I've been under the weather for about
Oh,
3
no.
days. It's been awful, but I'm excited to check in with you guys. I'm on the upswing.
All right.
He's feeling a little
well,
better after Alabama beat up on Michigan yesterday. Got a little extra juice.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, you shouldn't have talked to me the first half. You shouldn't have do that. It was not going well. It was not.
The first play was good, but yeah, a little struggle after that.
Tua coming back. He's going to announce on the 6th. He's going to announce on Monday, and there seems to be a lot of more drama here than people maybe have first thought, right?
Yeah.
I know, right? I mean, they couldn't stop talking about, oh, he may be coming back. He may be look. Selfishly, I would love. I mean, selfishly, because Alabama would be right back in the thick of things if he does come back. But I'm always for the players, and just because you come back to it doesn't mean that you won't get hurt again. And if you hurt yourself again, I'd much rather see it in the NFL uniform than the University of Alabama uniform.
Yeah.
This kid has done everything the right way since day one. He's a first-round talent, and I just don't see him falling that far.
I agree.
I don't see why he would come back, but if he does come back, I'm sure other guys are going to follow suit, though, that are right on the line of teetering whether I will go or stay. So
yeah.
This team could look a lot different depending after this decision. I mean, either way.
Yeah, Baton Rouge native Dylan Moses announced earlier this week he's coming back to Alabama next year for his senior season, so that was big news for Saban and the Tide.
Are y'all still mad about that?
No.
From like the
No. We got Devin White. Devin White was a Butkus Award winner.
I ain't mad about Alabama. That was a nice Gator Bowl win. I mean, good job.
Citrus, bro.
Oh, citrus. My bad.
Citrus.
I'm proud of you.
We'll sell them short.
That was great.
Hey, Ro, you said last weekend that team in, I believe the 2013 team that had a first-round bye, you guys would have rather kept playing because of how good you were playing. This team offensively this year seems to be playing at a confidence clip that's right around that level. Breeze was named NFC Player of the Month for December, 15 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Wow.
Is it good that the Saints are playing on Sunday?
I mean, if that's what they're going to tell themselves,
yeah.
I think sometimes mentally you have to get yourself prepared to do whatever you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you always would love the break. You always love the chance to get a week off and really heal up, go see the family, decompress, do all those things. But we're staying right in the groove. We're doing right on schedule. We got a game to win. You're preparing for it. And mentally, you're telling yourself and psyching yourself up, hey, I'm glad we don't have the week off. Because you look at them offensively, this is the best they've been playing all year long right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're peaking. Sorry, Ro, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Yeah, they're peaking right now offensively. So what's been, if I was to ask you about how they arrived there, what's been the key to them suddenly kind of figuring things out now? And over the last 7 weeks, they're averaging 36 points a game.
Easily. I think the health of Teron, Armstead, and Jared Cook. Jared Cook's really stepped up big time. And all of a sudden, Taysom Hill is alive. I mean, he I was talking to some coaches. I actually saw him out after the Carolina game, the Carolina Panthers coaches, which, none of them going to be there now. So, and I was explaining, I was asking them, how you guys let Taysom Hill get so wide open? And they're like, the hardest thing is and they just started going in this tangent about how frustrating it is to play against the Saints because of Taysom Hill. All right, all right, everybody knows alert when Taysom Hill comes in the game. But it's not like he's just going to be a Wildcat quarterback. It's not just Wildcat. He lines up at wide receiver. He lines up at tight end. He lines up. And, and you got guys looking at him, and he's just a decoy. And all of a sudden, next you know, he's part of the main play. So that is what makes it so hard, is the dynamic of really trying to run your regular defense with a guy that everybody knows is a problem, or that the Saints want to get the ball in certain ways. But Sean continues to build offenses and plays around other people while he's in the game, and then still find ways to get him open, because he is a dynamic player when he has the ball in his hands, and he is looking and searching for contact. He's a very physical player. The players, Sean has kind of built this offense untraditionally as they normally have done it. They normally go, the wide receivers and tight ends and running back. But, this is all based on Alvin Kamara, Jared Cook, Michael Thomas, and the third-string quarterback in Taysom Hill.
As a former safety, his yards after contact, he looks like one of the most elite wide receivers with the ball in his hand, like as far as moving after the catch. How tough is he to tackle in the open field?
Well, I've never had to do it, but I mean, the thing is all right, and I don't want to be too bad, but all right, so everybody slips on him at first, right? Because he's a white guy, so they don't think he's as fast as he is.
Right.
All right, and he's running by cats, and then you look up, and now he's running over dudes after that because he's searching and hunting for contact. So it's just really tough because you don't know if he's going to outrun you or run over you, all these other things. And I just love that this offense is clicking on all cylinders. Everybody understands the amount of touches and things that they're going to get. Everybody seems to be having fun. This defense is the one that I'm really looking at. This playoff run, this defense has to step up.
Yeah.
And not like yards, excuse me. They're not giving up a ton of yards or points, but they got to be able to force more turnovers in this playoff run. I think that is the extra inch that this team could go, especially defensively. They don't cause a lot of turnovers. So if they can start forcing turnovers and getting this offense back on the field with the way that they're playing, it's going to be really tough to beat this team. You better watch out for them.
Talking to Roman Harper here on Off the Bench, 104.5, 100.3, 94.7 ESPN. Let's look at how they match up. You mentioned how good the offense is, and this is a fun fact, Roman. They're actually going to have finally, with the return of some of the alignment, they're going to have the same starting lineup going into this playoff game that they had week one. So the offense is fully healthy. They're ready to go. How do they match up with this Vikings defense, which has one of the best pass rushes in the entire NFL?
Yeah, Danielle Hunter's a monster on the outside. But the thing is, it doesn't really bother me. The Saints have the best two tackles in the game. I don't think Teron's given up a sack. Ramczyk probably hasn't given up a sack either. So that's how you nullify those things. And then I think the home crowd, it will be quiet. I think so that allows you, Drew, to use that second count. So that is what really nullifies the pass rush. It's because now you can go on second sound. And you can't do that in Minnesota. But you're allowed to do that at home. I don't think a lot of people understand that and how that alone slows down a pass rush. Because Drew can go hut, 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 hut. He'll see where the protection's coming, where the blitz is coming from, and be able to adjust the protection. Drew's that good. So that allows that right there really makes me say I don't really worry about the pass rush because Drew will be able to, go on second down and really nullify the pass rush and all the blitzing schemes that Zimmer likes to use in Minnesota. The biggest thing is protecting the football. Don't turn the ball over and just do what you do. Kirk Cousins should do what he does in primetime games, and Drew should do what he does in primetime games.
I mean, that is a great point. Has there ever been a more opposite track record than Cousins 0-9 versus Breeze averaging like 350 and 4 TDs per? It's insane. It's insane. Bro, go on.
I didn't even know Kurt had such a bad record until this year. Now everybody's talking about it, and he still can't get out of his way,
Well, like all Saints fans are not going to forgive him now for blowing it against the Packers. Come on, we just needed one. Kirk, you mentioned the Saints defense needs to force more turnovers. Do you have a key player that is the guy to look at to maybe make that happen? Is it in the defensive backfield, the D-line? Who's the key to making that happen?
Well, I got to see, is Marcus Williams going to be back? I think P.J. Williams has done a great job of moving around, being that guy that they can plug and play in the secondary. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's another guy who's really brought some energy and some juice to this defense. I like what he's doing, flying around, making plays. So, at the end of the day, they got to be healthy in the back half. So, because this Minnesota team has some really good weapons on the outside in Diggs and Thielen that can really cause some matchup problems and has given this Saints defense some problems in the past. And Kirk Cousins, we all know, if you protect him, he has a good run game. He is a good quarterback and can make all those throws. You just got to, just make him be himself sometimes. That's just all it is. I don't know. I think this team has to continue to fly around. If they get at Kirk Cousins a lot and don't allow Minnesota to really get this run game going, I think that is how the turnovers will start to happen because Kirk Cousins will see something that's not there and give you a chance to make a play on the ball.
Roman, devastating news earlier this week for our colleague, our friend, our relative in Carley McCord, who was killed tragically in the plane accident on Saturday morning. I know that you had a very good relationship with her and that you were somebody that she looked up to. Just some thoughts here as we get you out of here.
Oh, man, dude, it was just so sad. I was watching ESPN before you guys' game, and they were talking about the tragic loss of the daughter-in-law. And I was like, Carley McCord. I'm like, is that my Carley? Like our Carley? It was just so sad because that's not what you expected. I just talked to her on Instagram like a day and a half before that.
Yeah.
And it's just, life is just so sensitive, man. It's so delicate. And you got to really cherish those that you love, man. Make sure that you tell them you love them. Don't stay mad. And life's just way too short, man. And it's not guaranteed for any of us, man. No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how great of a person you are, no matter how bad of a person you are, just understand, man, it's not guaranteed. And let's make sure that we treat each other the right way in 2020, man, going forward, man. And I'm just so sad because I literally just saw her. I just talked to her the week before, and I just talked to her a couple of days before that. It's just really sad, man. That affected a lot of people. And you're just not ready for that. You're just not ready for that.
Yeah.
Good to catch up with you, Ro. Thank you for the time this morning, man. Happy New Year.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, man. Good luck to you guys. I actually think you guys are going to beat Clemson, too.
Nice.
Yes.
We'll talk to you next Thursday.
We'll ask you next Thursday for sure.
Thank you, man.
All right, guys. Bye.
There he is, Roman Harper, El Rio Grande Mexican Restaurant, and, of course, the Hemp Doctor online is where you can find him there, bringing that conversation each week. We'll close it out next.